Hey mama, when you leave, don't leave a thing behind. I don't want nothing, can't use nothing.
Hello, Mike Bolin here, and welcome to the next edition of the Flatlanders Show. On today's show, we have two exciting video clips. The first is a roundup I attended in Plainview, Texas. We have horses, cows, and dogs are running wild on the high plains. Following this, we have an interview with Chicago John Joyner as he discusses what it's like to be a Lubbock musician for over 35 years. And at the end of the day's podcast, if you'd please hit that like and subscribe button, that'd be fantastic. We're here, we've arrived. There's Kim, that's Lee. We're here today. My partner set this up, my business partner. I refer to my partner in the last video, and Travis was saying, well, gosh, you're going to wonder if you're talking about your girlfriend or your boyfriend. And I was like, well, I guess I might have to clear that up because Lee's not, and there's neither. He's my business partner. Anyway, yeah, he's the ramrod of this deal out here. You can see those longhorn cows. He's got some of this. Is going to be so much fun. Hey man, what's shaking? All right.
What's making?
Your name again?
Brooks.
I met you at Browning, right?
Yes, sir.
You got married?
No, that was my brother, actually. Yeah.
How's it going, Brooks?
It's going good. It's early this morning.
No
Early
kidding.
and cold.
He said he wants you to go up there with him.
Him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He said, I need you inside. I said, I already got a job.
So bring the truck in?
Yeah.
Okay.
You mind if I film you? Hey, what's your name, man? Raul. You look like a cowboy, Raul. What's your job here today?
I was going to help them gather up these cattle and ship them, I guess, to different pastures that they're telling me.
What's your horse's name?
Just paint.
Paint?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really give my horses names. I got this one here, call her Paint Mare, and I got a bald face mare. And
How old is this one?
this one's, I believe she's 8.
Really?
Yes.
Have you had her since she's a baby?
Yeah,
Cold?
I got her when she was about 2 years old. Trained her at 2, and had her at 6.
Is she pretty ornery?
Yeah, she can be.
She can be pretty ornery. She looks ornery.
Yeah, she's been off for about probably 3 months.
She ever thrown you off?
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially when I was first training her. I mean, she was
Ornery.
on. Nowadays, she don't. The only reason she'll buck nowadays if she really doesn't like something.
Yeah. What's this? She's ready to rock and roll? Is that what she's saying? Telling you, let's get going, Dad? Cool, man. Well, this is going to be fun. There's one thing good about Lee. In the morning, he always brings food. He always has burritos and hot sauce. Just about every occasion. Hey, Lee Browning, what are you doing, man?
It's cold out here.
It is cold.
I'm waiting on the cows to come, the cowboys, so that we can call them up.
I talked to that one cowboy. That horse is cool. That horse is ready to rock and roll.
It is. They are. It's going to be a good morning, just because the cattle want to be fed. We're short of groceries here. We're going to move them to better pasture. Leave them alone. I'll put some out here.
Good. Morning, sir. How are you?
Mike Bolin.
Bobby Guzman. Good to meet you. I see
Hi,
that
Bobby.
video.
You need a
Oh, did you?
Huh? You brought some?
Yeah.
He's got burritos.
I better wait.
Okay. Well, we got them for when the time's right.
Yeah.
And Brooks is learning how to ride the horses, so I mean he knows how, but he's wanting a little more out of the roll, so we're gonna get him riding.
So you're the most likely to get bucked off today. All right, that's what I want to see. No broken bones, just some hurt pride.
I'll hit the ground and get back up.
Yeah, just a little hurt pride. Uh-oh, here's a dog. Is this a good dog? Are these good dogs? All dogs are good.
They help round up. The dogs round up.
They look happy. Yeah, we're going to get enough on the ground that it's going to be pretty pretty.
What?
We're gonna get enough on the ground that it's gonna be pretty neat.
You just wait. We'll pull up and park over here.
Why don't you have a rope, Brooks?
I'm left-handed. They don't have left-handed.
They no left-handed ropes out here today. I wish I was up there, but I wish I was 20 years younger. Because that fall to the ground would be a long, hard, cold fall. Because I've been thrown off a horse or two.
Bobby roped that cow, and I'll show you the rope here in a little bit, but it was just all frayed to nothing. And it looked like it was more for
Show.
no, it was more for tying gates together than it was for roping, but he made it work.
Well, if we got enough ropers, anything we can stick in the studio that's cool.
Yeah, we'll stop by and get this longhorn in.
That'll be good. Real excited about the studio. For y'all listening, we have our studio. We're setting it up. It's still pretty
I
pretty.
put a cockleburr underneath your saddle there, Brooks.
And off they go.
Uniform, but we've got 10 little ones in here. It depends on if we get the longhorn.
We're gonna worm the cows as they come by.
No, we'll worm them in the trailer.
Whoa, watch out, leg.
Yep, I'm good.
Break a leg.
I'm good.
On video.
Yeah, Wilson.
I'm just shooting. Hey, hey, hey,
I think that's 9. Is it full load?
You can fit 2 more.
Okay. Whatever. We got plenty of trailers.
What do you think, old fella? What do you think? Good job. Wow, what an exciting day. I'd like to thank everybody in Plainview for making this video possible. I'd also like to mention that here on the Flatlanders, we've decided that in each episode, we're going to run at least a 5-minute segment every week that features agribusiness in the High Plains. We'll do some, the videos will be farming, some of them will be ranching. If you have any ideas in the comment section, please leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Now we're going to move on to the interview with Chicago John Joyner. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, back again. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk to Chicago. We go back into the 70s, and Chicago's been playing music around here for a long time. So I guess first I'd just like to say, hey, Chicago,
How you doing, Mike?
Thanks for coming out.
It's a pleasure to have me out.
We really appreciate it. First question I want to ask you is, how did you come by the name Chicago John?
Well, the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago.
How long were you living in Chicago?
For about 20 years.
And it just stuck with you?
It stuck with me.
Were you born there?
No,
Where were you born?
I was in Texas.
You're in Texas. When did you start picking and playing?
When I was about 6 years old.
Yeah. What did you start playing when you started?
Guitar. I started
Guitar.
playing guitar when I was 6 years old. I raised up more or less in a religious home. You know, I grew up in the church.
Yeah.
My granddad and my grandma, they both played in church together. One played the piano, which was my grandma, and my granddad played guitar in church.
Really?
So when I was a kid, I used to go up there and try to help him play. My mom used to always tell me, leave him alone. Leave your granddad alone. He's trying to play. Leave him alone. He can't play without you being up there with him. And he used to tell my mom all the time, leave him alone. One of these days he's going to be a musician. So that stuck with me. So ever since that time, I've been playing ever since. When I was about 6 years old at the time.
When did you play your first little gig for somebody? How old were you when you first got to get up in front of the mic and do your thing?
Well, really, to be honest with you, I started singing, later on, down the years. I didn't start out singing really. When I was probably around about 19 or 20, but I was playing guitar at the age of 5 and 6 years old. So singing really wasn't my deal, just playing.
When did you? What caused you to start singing? What motivated you to do that?
Well, my first cousin, he played drums. His name was D.W. Home. He passed away, a while back, years ago. And me and him was playing together in the band, and I was singing. And he told me, he said, you should be singing along with you playing, which I prefer singing, than playing. So I said, I'm going to do one or the other, either play or either sing. So I decided that I start singing. And so he was the one that encouraged me and told me that I should be singing.
We go back to the 70s, early 80s, and when I first met you, of course you could sing, right? But you could also play a bass. You could whoop the tar out of it.
Yeah, well, I still can play bass, but I really prefer singing now. Either I'm going to do one or the other, I don't want to be tired all of playing the bass and singing at the same time. So I prefer just singing right now. But I can still play.
Well, I saw your act. Last time I saw your act, though, you weren't playing the bass, but you were sure playing the tambourine. So your tambourine part of your act, that's become a pretty big staple at it.
Right. The tambourine is one of the favorite things that I love to do. And everybody, they love to watch me play the tambourine because they get very excited when I'm playing two tamarines at the same time, which you don't see that very often.
Yeah.
I'm not bragging or nothing like that. You don't see that very often. You're playing two tamarines at the same time and being able to keep the beat.
Well, what year did you first start playing in Lubbock professionally?
I think, man, you started playing like, I think you
About the same time when I was playing.
I can't really just say.
So that was
I know it was in the
beginning
70s, it was in the early 70s when we both met and we started playing.
Yeah.
And we were down at, with Stubbs, around Stubbs, the barbecue, and around those places and stuff like that. So
a lot of good pickers came out there. Gail Lynch, who's no longer with us, they passed on last year.
Right.
And also, did you ever play with Bob Campbell in any of his country?
Bob Campbell.
Yeah.
I played with him when he had a group called Bob Campbell and the Midnight Ramblers.
Yeah. Well, we hope to get Bob in too. Bob is a really interesting guy. Right now, he's is it the Odessa paper or the Midland paper that he
I
writes?
think Bob is in Odessa.
He writes
He
for.
was once in Midland, Texas, but he's in Odessa now.
Well, he writes for the paper. He's been a journalist. He was a journalist here at the AJ for years and years, and then moved on. And he's still writing. And how old is Bob? He's in his upper 70s, mid 70s.
Yeah, Bob probably is upper 70s. I wouldn't, say, give and take.
Yeah, you don't ever want to. When we get on up, you never want to. I guessed your age on the other show. I was saying you were up in your upper 60s. I didn't know if that rubbed you the wrong way or not. But so you started playing in the 70s and played along. And now, when did Element first come together as a band?
Well, the band, man, we've been together 20 years plus.
20 years plus.
We've been together 20 years plus, and we've had a couple of guys in the band, that help, the founders of the band, Ricky and Freddie. Those two guys, they passed away. They was in the band. Of course, Freddie, he played bass, and Ricky, he played, sax and keyboards. Both fantastic musicians. We miss them both.
Yeah, they're missed by this community. They were fine musicians.
So those two guys, they're no longer with us, but we're still keeping Element alive as long as we keep it alive.
Did you know Mike Pritchard?
Mike Pritchard was a good special friend of mine. Yeah, we were real good friends.
Played baseball with his son. Mike Pritchard was awesome. His fingers are so big. I don't know how he was even able to do that stuff.
Right, but me and Mike were real good friends. Sure was.
I love Mike.
Yeah,
Shout out Alex
He was
Pritchard.
a very special guy. He was a good guy, good musician.
Yeah, another musician. Lubbock has lost a lot of good musicians in the last 5 years.
Right.
But also, when I talked to you the other day before, and I mentioned this on the last podcast, what you had told me, tell me what you know about the 4th on Broadway, the parade and the festivities, and what's going on, and what you've heard, and what you'd like to see happen.
Well, first of all, I'd like to see happen that the 4th on Broadway continue, because Don Caldwell, he put a lot of work into that, and that's a very special event that everybody, let them come out and, be a part of every 4th of July. It'd be a shame, that stopped, because the city of Lubbock, they love that. The 4th on Broadway, that's something that they would wait around every year, to be a part of.
Well, I've already called down to the city manager's office twice. I've talked to a woman there named Megan. She's very helpful. I told her about our podcast, and I told her that I talked to several musicians and several attorneys and several people around town who are really interested in keeping this thing alive. And it looks like Lubbock's going to step up and do it. The mayor evidently released some statement last week. I haven't heard it yet. But the positive things is it looks like it's going to move forward.
Well, that's great, because the city, man, that's 4th on Broadway, people, they show out and show up, So that's something that we really need to continue on, because Don Caldwell, he put in a lot of work all down through the years to make that happen, but not just for the city, but, for the musicians here in Lubbock, Texas,
Well, you've been playing here in front of Lubbock audiences, and being a musician myself, and I played. It's been a while. It's been decades since I played in front of any audiences here. But sometimes Lubbock audiences are sort of tricky, and Lubbock is sort of a funny town to play in. At least I always thought that. I mean, sometimes they seem to want to bring the house down, and sometimes it's hard to get them up and to get them out. I mean, what do you think the reason
it's really not a particular reason. You know, just whenever if you're a musician, you know, it doesn't really matter where you are. You know, you just you go out and you play and you entertain, and it's not really about the musicians that's on stage. It's really about the people that you're playing for. So what you do is you learn how to feed the crowd. You know, and just keep doing what you're doing on stage until it hit. You know, and everybody get up and they enjoy what you're doing. You know, so it's not about a hard crowd or nothing like that. It's about how you want to get out there and perform and make sure that you do a good job for the people to enjoy what you're doing. A lot of times when they're not out on the floor dancing, it doesn't mean that they're not enjoying what you're doing. They want to sit back sometime and just sit back and listen and enjoy what you're doing. But just because they're not out there shaking a leg or dancing, spinning all around on the dance floor, that doesn't mean that they're not enjoying you. They sitting back, as long as they stand and sitting and listening, they enjoy what you're doing.
That's a great attitude. You have such a positive attitude. You always have. I mean, it's amazing that you know, and you're so well received and you're so well respected here. Not just the musicians, but just people around town. I'm hard pressed that whenever I mention that you or Element, it's very rare that I'll run into somebody who doesn't know of you or hadn't seen you. I mean, how many times now at this stage in your career, on an estimate, about how many times are you playing here in Lubbock every year, would you say?
Man, I've lost count. I don't even try to keep up with the count now. You know, I just get out and when I play.
Yeah.
You know, if I try to remember how many times I play a year, I probably wouldn't even be playing because I'd be worrying about how many times I'm going to play a year.
If someone wanted Element to play at like one of their events or something, do they contact like a manager or do they?
They contact me.
And so you have their schedule.
And we got a Facebook page also. So, but you know, you can reach me. You know, I'm not gonna give my phone number out right now. But you know,
No, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
At the end of the video, we'll give direction.
Right. But you know, you can get in touch with me and call me. And I have cards, you know, business cards that I have when we play out at all the events that we play. So you can always come to me and get a card, business card.
I also want to throw in what Mayor Mark McBrayer did say about the 4th of July event. He said, "I am committed to finding a way to keep Lubbock's 4th on Broadway going. I'm thankful for the late Don Caldwell and Broadway Festivals Incorporated for hosting this event for 34 years. And I'm grateful for the many people who reached out to me in the past few days expressing their support to continue our cherished tradition in the largest free festival in Texas." So it sounds like he's committed to finding a way to keep the Lubbock's 4th on Broadway going.
Well, that's great.
It's all because Uncle Mike was on the phone all day every day.
Well, you know, once Mike gets something in his head, it's in there. You know what I'm saying? You can't even put it out with a crane.
But see, that's something I want to be able to do here in this seat is when you bring up something, because I had that ready to go, like right as you were ending that 4th of July deal.
Yeah.
So you could just be like, hey, check that statement real quick. Let's see if there is a statement. You know?
Yeah. And also I'm moving around this camera. It's going to be interesting this week.
We're probably just going to cut that part.
Yeah, we're going to cut some of it, but we're having trouble with our editing software right now. We're about to get it smoothed out this week.
It's those damn TikTok companies, man.
Yeah, and I think Travis, hop up and see if we got a good picture on where we're going to proceed.
You want me to do a little spin?
Yeah, do a little spin.
What do you mean?
Just look through there and see what it looks like. We might try a song because we need to record a piece of one.
Yeah, y'all need to do a song, man. Let's see.
I don't need to do a song. I try to accompany you. That's going to be a job. But I also want to hear.
We'll do it. What we'll do is we'll do a half of it.
Sitting in the morning sun.
Tease him a little bit.
We want to come out and be able to see, you know, exactly what I sound like on stage. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to give them too many freebies right now. You know.
And you know, here's the thing to consider too. You know, I know Element, I know what your band does and everything, but man, I think it would be a really cool show. Just you up there in front of the mic and somebody really talented, like maybe Mark Walney or Darren Welch or somebody playing the guitar behind you and doing some old songs like this. We're going to try sitting on the dock of the bay today. We're just going to do a little bit of it. Mainly, we're trying to find out what it sounds like. But yeah, it'll give you an opportunity. You don't have to play much on a song to realize real quick who's king in this room, and he's sitting over in that chair. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to start it off. You said play it slower, Mike, so that's what I'll try to do.
Sitting in the morning sun, I be sitting, evening come, watching the ships roll in, till I watch them roll away again. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Now see, now that's all you all gonna get for this evening. If you wanna come out, y'all wanna come out this weekend and see Element, you'll be sitting a bit more, sitting on the dock of the bay. Maybe you won't be sitting, maybe you'll be standing and dancing and moving around.
Yes, sir.
Wow, what a fun interview. It's always a blast when you get to talk to Chicago, especially when he plays a song. We wish we could have got him to play the entire song, but you heard what he had to say. So go out and see Element if you get the chance. It'll definitely be worth the cover charge. And I guess that's going to bring us to a close for today. So we really appreciate y'all tuning in, and we hope to have another one of these out within a week to 10 days. Might take us 2 weeks. But they're going to be coming out more and more regular as we learn more and more about this podcast business. But until then, y'all have a great week. And thanks for tuning in. And remember, hit that like and subscribe button. We sure would appreciate it. Have a great day.